You thought somebody was going to take your picture.
And that's how you're supposed to do it.
Like,
That's what you're supposed to do. Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon.
today is August the 8th, my Aunt Linda's birthday.
Happy birthday, Linda.
Happy birthday, Linda. And it is 4 o'clock Central Time.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
We're on time today.
We're always on time. I'm always on time.
We are pretty much on time.
I'm always on time.
Almost always on time.
Yes.
Yes.
We try. We do our best. Hey, Miss Sue.
She's gone though. That was
She's
fast.
gone. Well, she said, hey.
Okay.
Miss Sue's down in the lovely Orlando, Florida. Sue, is it raining in Florida today? Because it's been supposed to rain here all day, 70%. We got a few sprinkles. I asked Jacqueline last night, I said, have y'all gotten any rain? And she said it's rained every day. And I said, not us. It goes all around us.
We haven't. I mean, yesterday it was a big red wave coming. And as soon as it gets here, it splits like the Red Sea. It goes, and it just goes like this, goes around us, and then come back.
And that's what happened today.
That's what happened today. Same thing.
We were hustling, trying to get outdoor jobs done. I saw a shelf cloud. Did you see it?
I did. It was cool.
I've never seen one in person. I've only ever seen one on meteorologists' websites.
Like Ryan Hall, y'all.
Yeah. But I looked over and you were riding the lawnmower and I was trying to get some things picked up. And not that a shelf cloud means there's a storm coming.
Well, typically it does.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I don't know my clouds.
Don't know your clouds.
I just know it was cool because Mary Carl had walked down to the creek. And she took Arlo with her and the boys and Holly and the whole crew. And so when I saw that phenomenon of a cloud, to me it was
cool now.
I was wanting to say, Mary Carl, look at the cloud, but she wasn't right there. She couldn't hear me yelling to look at the clouds.
It was black. That you could see the clouds look like a scary movie and nothing.
Cool at the same time though.
It did cool off.
Well, cool clouds.
And it did cool off.
It did. Yeah, I mean, like I'm needing to be outside right now because it's bearable.
But then nothing. We have gotten exactly today's the 8th. There's been a bunch of storms come through Alabama, and we've got less than 0.2 of an inch for the month.
And we're not trying to be selfish because we know that there are people in Texas, especially at Longhorn Lester's, they need the rain.
Needs the rain.
And we would share with you if we had any. Oh my goodness. I just stopped. No, I don't feel like I feel like it just went
kaput. Nothing come out.
No.
Like somebody just flipped a switch.
Yeah, so.
Maybe I got a remote in my pocket you don't know about.
I don't need it anymore. I'm back.
I just click.
So yeah, while we're complaining that we hadn't gotten any rain, we know that there's people out there that need it worse than we do.
Yeah.
So not being selfish in that matter.
That's right. But it's still hot.
It's still hot, but it feels better than it normally is.
Everybody's hot. It's crazy.
So what else is going on?
Well, I want everybody to make sure that they know about the events.
Okay.
So I don't want nobody to say, I didn't know y'all was, I would have came if I would have known. So I want to make sure.
So I was thinking earlier, I was like, you know what? I wonder if Jason has mentioned it in a video. Because some people that watch the videos religiously do not watch the lives.
So you have to remind me because usually when we're doing a video, we're in a zone and we're working or doing something. So it doesn't cross my mind in a video.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of, people that watch the live that watch the videos, but then there's some that, might want to come that may not know about it.
They don't watch the lives.
Or may not go to our website.
That's right. Because I know there's a lot of people that are not live fans.
Yeah. I mean, it takes all kinds, right? And we respect that. Yeah,
we do respect that. It reminded me, somebody commented on one of our videos and said that they don't like the videos because we talk. And I thought, what if he thought it was a musical?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
What kind of show?
I
What
t-
kind of show or
No.
TV show or whatever? How do you do it without
Are you ready
talking?
for this?
Yeah.
I think I talked about this. But when I had the sickness
Yeah.
a couple of months ago,
Yeah.
where I coughed and I coughed and I coughed,
Yeah.
and I ended up sleeping on the couch for a couple of nights,
Yeah.
and I ended up watching TV that I don't ever do.
Yeah.
I watched an entire movie that never talked. No captions, no talking, no nothing.
Huh?
I just kept thinking the words were going to come out.
Maybe what this particular person, maybe that's the kind of movies they like.
Mary Carl would come through every now and then. This was during the day. Mary Carl would come through and she'd say, "Are you still watching that movie that doesn't talk?" I'd say, "Yeah, because I can't quit." But here I was glued to the television for 2 hours watching something with no words. And when I got finished with it, I was mad at myself.
Maybe because you watched it and everything.
Because I really didn't enjoy it at all.
Maybe this person thinks, they're a big Charlie Chaplin fan and like the silent movies.
That may be what it is.
Yeah.
But hey, we can handle that part too.
I can do the little Charlie Chaplin dance that he does.
Well, I'm thinking like you could tap dance. And not say a word.
Not say a word.
Just feet movement.
I don't know. Anyways, that just reminded me when you said that. But I was gonna go over the events real quick. Won't be but a second, just in case.
Okay, you go ahead. I gotta find something.
That is Petals from the Past in Jemison, Alabama, on September 9th. If you want to see us in person, meet us, talk to us, take pictures, we will be there. I think that starts at 9 a.m.
Yes.
And goes to 4 p.m.
Yes.
Completely free. They just wished or hope that you would go register for it. And you can do that at Petals from the Past website or at Tracy at Just Dig It Farms website. That way they can get a head count, make sure they got enough potties for everybody.
That's right.
And then the other one is in Vernon, Florida, which is 45 minutes north of Panama City.
That's right.
And that is the Sunflower Festival at Black Barn Blossoms. Did I say that right?
I think so.
Sometimes I don't, for some reason, and this is crazy, I want to say Black Barn Bottom, and I don't know why.
Black Bottom.
No, that's Fat Bottom Girls.
Oh.
That you're
I'm
thinking
sorry.
about.
I was thinking it was a song, though.
That is
Okay.
the song. That's the song. But it is Black Barn Blossom, and you can register on her website or buy tickets. You got to buy tickets for hers, and that's $12 a piece. I don't know how many tickets they got. I don't know. So I'm not telling y'all to go buy them now, but
I think they're for sale. They're for sale.
They are for sale. And it is on October the 21st, and it starts at 12, I believe. That's
12.
correct.
I think it's 12 to 4.
I think that's right.
And that's going to make for a nice day.
Yes.
12 to 4. Only 4 hours of standing, much less. Not that we mind standing to meet any of you, but we're going to have a long day at Petals. 7 hours.
It'll be all right, though.
It will be all right.
That's right.
But I also like the 4-hour days.
That's the event. So if you guys want to see us, that is where we will be this year.
Well, I need to send out a heartfelt apology.
Okay.
On the last live, I mentioned that somebody told me I didn't need to say www in front of everything.
Yeah.
And I was in no way, shape, form, or fashion being ugly.
And you said that in the video.
I thought I did,
Yeah,
but I think I came across as making fun of it.
Okay.
But I didn't. I wasn't meaning to make fun of it. I was simply stating that somebody sent me an email and said that I did not have to use www, and I got a kick out of it.
And we thought it was funny.
Because I do it all the time.
Every time.
And it's habit. I can't
habit.
break it. So to Mr. Ken, I apologize. And I sent him an email back and I told him I did not mean to come off as being ridiculing him for what he said or anything like that. So I apologize.
I made a mistake too.
What?
So somebody had commented on the freeze drying of the ice cream sandwiches.
Yes.
And I misread it, which I do a lot. I'm terrible. But anyways, I misread it. And either one or two things. Either I misread it or it got edited. But regardless, somebody asked that after you freeze dry the ice cream sandwiches, do you put them back in the freezer? Anyways, I answered it wrong. Once you freeze dry something, it does not go back into
It
the
is
freezer.
shelf stable.
It goes on the shelf. It don't matter if it's ice cream. It don't matter if it's milk. It don't matter. It goes back into the pantry. It does not go in the freezer. And I messed up and said the wrong thing, and I didn't mean to. And then there's like several comments after that, like, I'm so confused. I thought you didn't have to. So I'm sorry. I messed up.
Well, and I'm serious about if I came off as making fun of Mr. Ken, because I don't want to do that.
Right.
I do not want to come off as being in any way being ugly to anybody. But,
meat, you wouldn't have to if once you freeze dry meat, as far as I know, is that it just stays on the shelf.
Yep, you do. You just put the meat on the shelf, and can you imagine just going on the counter and grabbing you a piece of bologna that's been sitting there for 25 years?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Go grab me a piece of that bologna that's been sitting on the counter.
Oh, that made me think of it. There used to be an old country store that when I used to work for my dad, when I was a teenager, we would go to, and Jesse would be with us, and Jesse was an employee of my dad's that we all loved, and we would stop at that old country store and every day Jesse would get him. They had bologna in that log, and they would slice it for him, and it was so good, so good, and he would get him a piece of hoop cheese that they had, and they would slice it, and that would be his. He'd have taken bread with him, and he'd have him that bologna.
Put it up in the
cheese.
dash, didn't he?
Yeah, if he wanted his cheese to melt, he would stick the bread and the cheese in the dash of the car,
and that way it would be melted by lunchtime.
Yeah. Yep, but that just reminded me. It was the old country store, and they had the bologna in there, and that bologna is way better than the bologna in the store.
I used to love bologna and cheese sandwiches as a kid. My mama would toast it in the oven. She'd put it together, and just mustard. That's all I wanted on it. And I'm a mayonnaise fan.
Right.
But this was just mustard and cheese and bologna on toasted bread.
Really?
Or in the oven. I don't know what that noise is.
What is that noise?
Somebody's building a house down there, it sounds like. I think it's Dede.
Gotta be Dede.
But put it in the oven and on broil, and it would toast the bread.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That
was so good.
And I like fried bologna.
But now I don't eat bologna.
No, we don't eat bologna very much. But fried bologna I do.
It's so good.
It's so good. I wonder if that's a southern thing or is fried bologna is
I don't know.
People up north. Do y'all is fried bologna?
BOLOGNA.
Is that something that's just as popular up north as it is down here in the south? People love fried bologna.
You know that was it Oscar Mayer?
Yeah.
BOLOGNA?
Yeah.
You know that commercial had to be nationwide.
I'm sure.
They didn't just play that in the South.
No, but that was just a regular bologna sandwich. They wasn't frying it.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying bologna. I wonder if bologna's
Oh yeah, bologna's everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bologna's everywhere. Yep, they eat it in Indiana. We fry bologna in Ohio. So there we go.
Okay.
There we go.
There is nothing better than a meal at night that consists of fried bologna, scrambled eggs, and some biscuits.
Good. It is so good. And let me tell you what I like to do with my fried bologna.
Put syrup on it.
I like not on it, on the side. I like on the side. So if I want to dip my fried bologna in the syrup, I can.
And Mary crawls over there going, ugh. She does not like any food to touch.
Michigan has fried bologna.
Oh, good gracious.
Oh,
we're good.
That's right.
Michigan's a long way from Alabama.
It is a long way from Alabama.
Everybody likes fried.
Look at
now,
Missouri.
you know what's going to happen? All these stores are going to go sell out of bologna today. Because we all got this is a good word that comes from the South. We all got a hankering for some fried bologna.
Or we fixing to go to the store and get some bologna.
Gosh.
We fixing. We get comments. People get tickled about how we say we're fixing to go do something, which is very common here.
And we just don't think
we don't think anything about it at all. When we say we're fixing to go run to the store, I'm fixing to drink me some iced coffee.
I had an ant crawling on me.
Did you? Probably a sugar ant because you're so sweet.
Well, Mary Carl and I were outside a few minutes ago, and she has no problem wearing shoes that are open toed or whatever. Whereas I have to have socks on, and my feet need to be covered. But she has no problem with it.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so if I went outside like that, I would get ants all over me every time I went outside.
I would.
She never gets bit by ants.
Never
but
gets
she
bit
did
by...
a few minutes ago.
Oh, did she?
She looked down and she had ants all over her feet.
I feel like I would stump my toe. That's my biggest fear about going out.
Well, I'm gonna be honest.
My toe.
I'm gonna say a Jason saying.
What's that?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't want poop squeezing in between my toes, and that's why I make sure I'm socked up with some closed-toed shoes on. I go outside. Well, that's just not my thing. I don't go for that.
That's not.
So I want to know: are y'all liking my overalls? Because these aren't just overalls.
Can you show your legs?
Well, I don't know if I can or not. I can show y'all my knee, and you'll know that it's shorts overalls.
Short overalls.
But there's a problem.
What's that?
They're too long.
They're a little too long.
They come down past my knees.
Yeah.
I thought earlier, I was like, you know what? My overalls are probably a little bit too long because most people's legs are probably longer.
Probably a little longer.
And do you remember that reel that Zoe at Chestnut Hills Farms made that time? And it was those pigs, and it said, I have short legs, and they were all running.
Yeah.
I was thinking about my legs being short and having to have the overalls hemmed. I have short legs.
Have them hemmed. I have short. Now you ain't gonna get them. You ain't gonna make them hoochie mama shorts.
Oh no, they're to the bottom of my pocket.
Yeah, that's right.
Because right now they're past my knee, and I think I just have short legs. Where it hits, it kind of gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's like you need to pull them up.
Right.
So that's why I'm gonna.
And you found somebody that would do it.
Mary Carl would have hemmed them for me,
but she's a little nervous.
She told me she was scared that she might mess them up. And I don't care if she messes them up. I don't care if they're cut off with a pair of scissors, honestly.
Yeah.
But if she's nervous about it, I don't want her to.
And if she makes a mistake, then she's gonna get
upset with herself.
Then feel guilty, and then be hard on herself, and so.
So I bought these for a reason.
Why'd you buy them?
50% off.
50% off
at Duluth Trading. So they were like Walmart prices.
Yeah.
But Duluth quality. And I said, if I don't like them, I'll just take them back.
So I mean, we're not sponsored by Duluth.
No.
We almost were.
We almost were.
We almost were. They actually reached out to us.
They did.
And reached out to us. And matter of fact, it was going to be a Father's Day thing.
Yep.
I said, we would like to work with y'all and do a Father's Day thing. And because almost all our clothes are Duluth, especially mine.
It's quality, good stuff.
It is good stuff.
When you believe in something, you don't have a problem talking about it.
So they reached out to us and
wanted to know what you would do a Father's Day.
Yeah, and we would send them an email back, and then crickets.
Never heard a thing back from them.
I don't know.
I have a feeling.
Yeah. That's Holly.
I have a feeling that the reason they didn't reach back out to you is because Father's Day was too down here. That they're going to reach out to you for Christmas. And they are going to want you to do the whole Christmas catalog.
Maybe so. Oh, me.
What do you think?
I can model them and everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What we'll do.
And we won't tell them that I had to hem my shorts either.
We won't tell them that. They won't know. I'm sure that Duluth don't watch our live stream.
No, I'm sure not either. In the regular overalls, I do buy the short length.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like a 29 inseam, I guess.
Yeah.
Which fits perfectly. But in the shorts, you don't have an option. So it's knee length or nothing for me.
And they're 50% off right now.
Well, I don't know if they are still because I ordered them a couple of weeks ago and they just came in.
I got you.
But all of them came in except for my green pair. I ordered a pair in every color, mind you. Even some blue and white railroad stripe ones.
Yeah, I like those. Are my favorite.
Now, those do not have pockets. So when I tell her to hem them, I'm going to have to pin them.
Ah.
She asked me if I would pin them.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I just want them hemmed to the bottom of my pocket.
Okay.
Do I still need to pin them? She said, no, ma'am.
Good.
So I don't have to hem the ones like these, but I do have to pin the railroad stripe.
I got you.
I think you're going to have to go get Dede. So, Dede and the other dogs are hanging out downstairs. And I tried to get Dede to come up here with me because I told y'all every Tuesday I'm going to show you Dede's improvement and show you how much better that she's looking. And y'all, she's just the best little dog. I know I've said it before, but she goes out. She doesn't use the doggy door. She obviously has never used one before. So, Jason, you okay? So I let her out the big door, and she barks when she gets ready to come back in. And I mean, how much easier can that be? So she doesn't make a mess. She doesn't cause any trouble, and it's just working out perfect that she's here with us. Here she comes. Yeah, I want her. I want her up here. Can you fit through here?
Yeah.
All right, Dede. Let's see, baby. So here's Dede's Tuesday debut.
I'm gonna put her bed right there.
She might want to lay up here.
Okay.
So what do y'all think? Do y'all think she's looking a little better? She's so sweet, and she's such a good girl. And I let her go outside with me when I feed, and Jason gets tickled because she just follows right behind me.
She does.
She runs along wherever I am, and now she's sitting beside me on her bed. So you don't even know she's here except for that little episode she just had.
I don't know what she was barking at.
I think she didn't know where we were.
I think she may have been barking at Holly too.
We have to make an adjustment.
For some reason, I got off center when I got up.
You got off kilter.
It's okay though.
It is okay.
It's okay.
All right, so I don't even know what I just talked about, but
Who knows?
something about showing Dede every Tuesday.
Oh, Dede Tuesday.
Dede Tuesday.
Since the weather's crazy and it's so hot, and I mentioned that I wanted to wait for my fall garden,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking somewhere probably around the first or second week of September
Okay.
is when I'm going to start my seeds.
Okay.
And I think we did this last time where we talked about it. I think I'm going to do a video,
Mm-hmm.
a live stream, not a video.
Mm-hmm. It was
And
an extra live.
A little
wasn't it?
extra live maybe of when I order seeds and just tell you guys what we're doing.
That's not me smacking. If y'all hear that, it's Dede.
See, you got no manners.
Kind of like Loretta in my video.
Oh, man.
Loretta was just a smacking.
Loretta's the worst. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do
Just a live stream and
a live stream when we order our seeds, or why I'm ordering my seeds, or something like that. So I know a lot of you guys like gardening, and I think that would be.
Well, that way, people that did not want to tune in for that, they wouldn't have to.
They wouldn't have to watch it. It would be extra, so it wouldn't take
away from
a regular live.
Because I don't know a hill of beans about planting except for what he tells me to do. He tells me, and I do it, and I enjoy it.
That's right. You enjoy it.
I do enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I got these overalls, because I got all these pockets and stuff, and when I saw they were on sale, I enjoy them so much in the colder weather that I thought, well, I'll enjoy them in the hot weather too.
Well, I like these because they are the material that kind of breathes.
Oh yeah.
And y'all, I love overalls, and for many, 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 many reasons. But when it's being 110 degrees outside, these tend to be a little bit hotter than those fishing shirts I've been wearing and my wore out Patagonia pants that are got 4 patches in each pair.
I was thinking about the other day that last summer,
yeah,
I didn't wear shorts at all.
Yeah.
I wore pants all throughout the summer, and I don't know how I did it. Because this year, I would put on a pair of shorts, and then I would alternate to pants, and I just got to where I said, I can't do it. And I've just been wearing shorts ever since.
It's been rough. But this summer's hotter than last summer.
It is, and maybe that's why I wore pants all year.
Yeah,
last year.
Maybe that's why.
I can't do it. I can't do it now. Can't do it now.
So
gotta wear my short pants.
Definitely gonna wait on the fall garden this year. Oh my gracious, crazy.
So, I wrote down what our videos were this past week.
Our videos were
Picking peas.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see that video?
That was a
That was a mess of peas.
And guess what?
What?
We got a mess again.
We do. And
We do.
this evening might be a good time to pick them.
You know what? It might be a good time to pick them this
I
evening.
see that sun trying to peek its head in, but
we'll check it and see.
You know, earlier it felt pretty comfortable compared to what it has been.
Right.
But y'all, we cooked some of the peas.
Oh yeah.
Had them for lunch. I don't know, or dinner. I don't know what day it was, but they were so good.
They were good.
And I read several comments where people were saying, those are beans, not peas.
No, they're pink eye purple hulls.
They're
peas.
Pink eye purple hull.
They're field peas.
Peas.
Mm-hmm. Field peas.
And now, if you were to snap them, they could be beans. Snap beans.
They're still pink eye purple hulls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, because see, those are rattlesnake pole beans.
Oh.
Or pole bean that we snap like snap beans. But those are actual peas.
Okay.
Pink eye purple hull peas. Very, very, very common down here. Very common. And I saw a lot of people say, well, why did we pick them fresh? Why didn't we let them dry out? And then we don't have to freeze dry them. They've been a lot easier to preserve.
It's just how we've always done it.
And you don't hear of anybody
picking dry peas
in this area, in the South or Central Alabama. We've always just picked them fresh and shelled them fresh. Always.
And the farmers markets around here, they all sell fresh peas. And I can guarantee if it was better for them to do them dry, then they would do it dry.
Yeah.
But they're all fresh peas.
Always all fresh. So I don't know. I never even thought about it. Now, like I said in the video, there's 3 ways that you can do it. You can pick them young and snap them.
Mm-hmm. You
can pick them fresh and shell them like we did. And you can let them dry out on the vine if you want to. But I'm thinking if you dry them out, you know how long it takes? So much longer to let them rehydrate when you cook dry beans.
That's right.
Fresh peas are just quick.
And there were a lot of you, probably not the ones watching the live, because I've told y'all before how I cook my beans. And I like to use chicken broth or chicken stock and use that for my liquid. And that gives them enough flavor to me to where I don't have to put that piece of fat meat in there.
Right.
My Mima always used to put a ham hock in hers.
Ham hock. Yep. My daddy always put ham hock and Nanny.
But you and I, in our experience, we have grown away from having to have that taste of that ham hock in it and really desire it to not be in there.
Sometimes
it gets overpowering,
or it feels too salty to us.
Yeah.
But you're right. The chicken stock, or you could do any stock.
That's right. Vegetable stock
is really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, to me, it just kicks them up a little notch.
Yeah. Oh man, I love them.
And all I do is just boil them in that for about 20 or 30 minutes until they're soft, and add a little bit of salt if needed, and that's it.
Eat them like that. I tell you what's good on them is the squash relish.
Yes,
that's good mixed in it. So if you guys,
and that's one of Mary calls it,
and she doesn't like it. But if you guys, squash relish or chow, so good mixed in peas. At least to me, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is to me too. Matter of fact, I had something at lunch that you guys might go about, but I had tuna fish and I put squash relish in it and mix it up, and it's really good. It just gives it a flavor that is a little bit more deep.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? Next year we're gonna have to make a whole batch of squash relish again because
we're just about out.
We're getting low, and we didn't make any this year.
We didn't. But guess what?
What?
We'll only have to bring it in the house because we got that room out there with that stove in it.
That's true.
So we could just take the vegetables straight to that room, and
that's right.
Do it all right there with a little help from Dede.
If I'm not mistaken, that squash relish, I know it is.
It's on the website.
The recipe is on our website.
It's very easy.
It's so
very easy. And I did it with zucchini too, even though I don't think that's listed on there. we liked it so well that when we ran out of squash, we used zucchini.
And we put it on like
Hot dogs,
hot
it's
dogs
wonderful.
or the sausage dogs with
That's
the
right.
Kaneka sausage and black eyed peas.
Tuna
Yeah,
fish.
so good, so good. And what's great about squash relish is because you always have more than enough squash.
That's right.
That gives you something else to do with it.
And that was the first time I had ever put my
Mhm.
attachment on my KitchenAid mixer.
That's right.
To where I ground it up instead of, I told y'all in the last one, I don't have a food processor.
Yep.
So I put my I do have a food processor because I
Mhm.
got that. It's a KitchenAid attachment that just, you can put it in that big old bowl of your mixer
Mhm.
and it just grinds it up. And it was so easy.
It was easy.
And
It
plus,
was easy.
I needed the juice out of it. And that was a good way
Yep.
to preserve the juice.
Yep. So if you don't know what squash relish is, that's all the people say they have
I
it.
want to know if
very
it's on there.
To me, it's similar to chow chow, but it's not chow chow. If you don't know what chow chow is,
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know.
out of luck.
I don't know. It's just a relish. It's just a type of relish. But
Well,
there's a squash relish on our website. I don't know what it is. I know what it is.
I'm trying to find
It's
it.
gonna be an odor, so it's gonna be at the bottom.
Mary Carl told me just yesterday she wanted some zucchini bread, and our zucchini's done for the season. And I hate to buy zucchini. I should have frozen.
There it is.
Okay, y'all. This is from 2020.
Summer squash relish.
Summer squash relish.
Yep.
It's on the website. So if you are interested, go to www.coghillfarm.com. I had to do it.
It's
10 cups of shredded squash.
or it's similar. It's not quite as, to me, it's not quite as pungent as sauerkraut.
Yeah, it's
but still in that same range.
Oh, it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Yep.
We've still got a few jars that'll last us throughout this winter.
Yep.
So we'll be back at it next year. Who knows? We might even add a few things to it next year. Try some new things.
Yeah, well, I learned a lot this year in the garden because our first year here we didn't grow anything. Then we had our fall come in. We planted fall plants.
But this was our first garden.
Yes.
Our first big garden. And
then we planted the spring and summer plants. And I learned a lot. Number one, I got to do more succession planting.
Yes.
I don't need to plant everything at one time. I need to plant something. Tomatoes was big because we had those 4 rows of tomatoes. And we couldn't keep up. I mean, we were, it was rough.
We didn't have anywhere to put them all. I mean, they were selling at our farm stand.
Yes.
We were eating a bunch of them, but we had too many ripe at one time.
It was crazy. So I'm going to, probably plant a row, wait a couple of weeks, plant a row, wait a couple of weeks. I got to figure that out. Definitely going to do that for sure. I don't know what it is about okra, y'all. I don't know. I had a hard time. I grew okra at the other place, but we just never, you'd go out there and pick a handful of pods.
And we would never have enough to make a meal out of.
This year was kind of the same way. And I had 100-foot row of okra, but then all of a sudden it was like a switch flip. But I know okra likes hot weather. So I think I planted my okra too early. So I think
we can plant it right now and it'd do just fine.
Probably right. So I'm going to wait a little bit later on okra. And I think I planted way too much squash. I thought squash would have sold well in the farm stand, but it did not at all.
I just thought of something. These are probably not people that are watching either. But so many people watching that pea video said, I bet y'all could sell those peas at your farm stand.
We're eating them.
We saved the peas. I'm sorry, but
the peas are for us for sure.
They're for us for those winter days when we want a bowl of fresh peas. All we got to do is just pop them in a pot, and they're good as they were the day we picked them. So no peas are going on the vegetable stand, and it's not out of greed. It's out of we need it for ourselves.
That's right.
So I thought I'd say that while it was.
I saw Miss Laura said okra. Ugh. So I'm assuming that she either doesn't like okra because she says after that, she says, do you have a good recipe for okra? We do, and it's on our website.
Yep. Tell them, Jason, what's our website?
www.coghillfarm.com.
It's okra. Is it listed as okra pancakes or okra fritters?
I think it's listed as okra pancakes, but it is okra
I've already
fritters.
got it up.
This is our dearest friend, Chef Scott Peacock's recipe. It's probably one of the first ones on there. But y'all, they are so good.
Oh, y'all.
My gracious.
I'm showing my...
It's like okra hush puppies almost. They're delicious. So if you want an okra recipe, check it out. I think a lot of people think of okra. They think of the slimy, like boiled okra or something like that. But it's not. It's not on there. It's got to be on there.
I don't see it, Jason.
Really?
It's got to be on here.
If it's not on there, I will get it on there. I know we did a whole video. One of my first ever videos was okra pancakes.
There's fried green tomatoes.
Huh. I cannot believe it.
It's got to be on here. It's got to be on here. I'm just not seeing it.
But anyways, if you fry okra, the slimy is not there.
So even your 13-year-old will like that recipe.
I believe so.
That's a fact.
I can't believe it's not on there.
I think it is. I think I just must have missed
If not,
it.
I will work on that. Or you can just go to YouTube and search okra pancakes and it'll come up.
This is my last. It's
video.
not on there, Jason. It's not on there.
I'll get it on there then. That one needs to be on for
sure.
Oh,
it's so good. And we missed out this year because our okra didn't make the way it should have. But I was this tempted to buy some at the farmer's stand the other day. And I still may because, hey, we could make a video out of it.
That's right. I see a lot of people saying okra slimy, okra slimy. I will promise you, if you make the okra pancakes or the okra fritters, you won't have any slime.
No slime.
Yeah.
No slime.
No slime.
You said Laura a minute ago for a lady that commented, and I say Laura as in Laura at Simply Making It. Do y'all remember those cute little books and pencils that Laura
for the school teachers?
Yeah. Yep. Guess what?
What?
She's got it on her website.
Oh, so they're in stock.
They're in stock, but it's only a limited supply. It's only a limited supply. So if y'all want to get one of those for a Christmas gift or whatever, now's your chance because it's not going to be made again.
Oh, okay.
So limited supply.
Limited supply for
Simply Making It. No.
That's it.
www.simplymakingit.com.
.com.
I'm doing better because I just did it without saying it. Do you pickle okra?
I have never done pickled okra, but
we like to buy it that way.
I can eat a whole jar of pickled okra.
We like the Wickles.
We do like the Wickle pickled okra. That's an Alabama company, but I think they're nationwide.
Maybe.
They got pretty big, but Wickles Pickles makes some excellent pickled okra, and they got several different kinds.
Yeah, they got the sweet, and then they got the hot. And then
I eat them all. I love pickled okra. It's so good.
It's not my favorite, but Mary Carl even likes it. So
I even like it. I even like to take a Ritz cracker,
put that slimy okra on it,
a slice of cheese, and a piece of pickled okra.
Is it slimy?
No, I don't think pickled okra is slimy.
I bet it's slimy.
I don't think so. I don't think of slimy okra. I just think of boiled okra.
When it's in peas, it's slimy.
Yeah, when you boil it.
But I still like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, so the other
I think that's a southern thing, though.
What? Slimy okra?
Yeah, just like in okra. Because it likes hot weather. So somewhere there's going to be a line where people have a hard time growing okra. And they probably don't eat it very much.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
One of the other videos was we went to the store to get post. And we ended up coming home with chicks.
Yeah.
So, what happened there?
Oh, man. What happened there?
I had been to the store without you, to the farm store, and I had seen the chicks, but I didn't even go near them because I didn't think that I should get any.
Yeah.
And then, I put eggs out in the farm stand all the time, and I'm constantly refilling them. And I went with you to the store, and I saw the perfect opportunity to not come home with chicks without you. And so, I just mentioned it in the store versus bringing them home.
Right.
I've brought enough stuff home here lately that didn't get discussed ahead of time. There's one of them sitting right here beside me.
Oh my gracious.
But yeah, the chicks are all doing well. They are all alive.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even say this. I have had better luck with chicks since we have been living here than I've ever had in my life.
Knock on wood.
Dede says she's going to bark.
Don't bark, Dede. I wouldn't.
Her ears got like this big because she thought somebody was knocking on the door.
Oh, goodness, Dede.
But it just seems like in years past that I have lost one or two, in most of the batches, at least one.
Yeah.
And while they're not grown yet, I'm just amazed that I made it through that 24-hour mark. And it may be because they were at the store for a few days.
Maybe.
Before I bought them.
Maybe.
If they had just come in off the truck.
Yeah.
Which is what used to happen.
Yeah.
Mary Carl would make me take her on the way home from school. And even, y'all, they would even let us go to the post office sometimes to pick them up during the summer. They would say, the post office just called, there's chicks here. Mary Carl would say, ma'am, could we go to the post office and pick them up for you? And we did. And we did. So we would get them. That was weird. We would get them straight from the post office, and they had not had time to, really rule out who was going to live and who was not.
Right.
We did. We had that on our time. You know what I mean? So that may be part of it.
Maybe so. I don't know. Done well here, though. You're right. We have done well here. And the chicks you got were the
Prairie bluebells. The blue lace red walnut. Somebody from Clanton commented on the video. They said, I'm so glad you mentioned having blue lace red walnut because I went and got the last ones.
That's funny.
And I thought, oh, that makes me smile.
You know what's funny is that when egg prices were crazy, y'all, you could not buy a chick. The feed stores everywhere around here were sold out.
That's right.
And sold out like months. So they already had orders like they were having chicks coming in. Those were already sold.
They were pre-sold.
Now there's chicks there. I mean, there would not have been chicks there a month ago or 2 months ago or whenever it was, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
But now
at the beginning of the summer.
But now they're chicks everywhere.
Some people's feed stores have already stopped getting them.
Okay.
But I asked ours, I said, when, because I'm needing to wean myself out of chicks.
Yeah.
So I needed to know, when am I going to be safe to come in the store?
Right.
And they said September. So they're going to have chicks all the way up until September.
Yeah. I kind of like, I was talking to Jacqueline Head. I like getting chicks this time of the year versus the spring.
Yeah.
Because they'll be big and mature by the time
laying season hits
and winter.
Right.
Usually they come early and it's colder outside
right.
and you have you have a harder time keeping it warm enough.
That's right.
So I like getting them here versus the spring chicks.
But let me tell y'all what I did. So when we're doing feeding rounds in the morning, I'm the one that ends up at the barn first. So therefore I take care of the chicks. I take care of the kittens. And me being the only one that's going in there taking care of them, I know I did this. Well, Mary Carl and I needed to get the truck, and the truck was parked in the barn because we had unloaded concrete out of it. So we walked from the house to the barn, and Mary Carl went to go and check on the chicks. Thank goodness she did. There were 3 in the brooder. 9 of them were running loose. There was like 6 of them outside the barn running around, and it was fixing to rain. And Mary Carl said, Mama, you left the brooder wide open.
Wide open.
I couldn't say anything about it because I know Rocky and Bandit did not do that.
Yep.
There's no way. They're in a stall, the door's shut, and we caught all of them.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. We were, that one little yellow one?
Yeah.
The one little yellow one?
That's the olive egger.
That's the one we couldn't find. And Mary Carl was like, Mama, it's not here. It's gone. So she's looking, in the cracks of the stuff.
Right.
She said, oh, here he is.
There he was.
She said he, but it's supposed to be a she.
Fingers crossed.
But she put it back up, and I was so thankful that we got them all.
Yeah.
I had bad feelings when I saw that 9 of them were loose.
That's crazy.
Because I don't know how long they've been out.
That's crazy.
When did they get the nerve to take the leap to jump?
Who knows?
And why?
And I bet it was Branta that took the first jump.
Oh, you know it was.
Branta just walked up there and said, come on, guys, let's go.
Let's go. It's on. We fixing to roll out of here. And then...
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness. I just am thankful she went to go check on them because, I check on them morning and evening. This was midday. So, yeah.
So you got bluebells that lay blue eggs, olive eggers that lay olive eggs. These are colored eggs.
Blue
we got
red one.
They're brown eggers.
And Buff Orpingtons.
They're brown. That was the 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be worried about the colored eggs because a lot of people, they're not used to the colored eggs.
Oh, they are now.
But I used to be worried that people wouldn't buy the colored eggs.
Oh no, I think everybody knows.
Yeah, not anymore. I think everybody knows. Used to, y'all, when we were into chickens, there was no, I'll not say there was no such thing. They were hard to find.
Yeah. To lay a colored egg, Americanas or whatever at the time, because there weren't all these hybrids then that laid the colored egg specifically.
Not at all.
You had the Aracanas, which is the original colored egg layer.
Right.
And then you had Americanas, which was, a cross off of that. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And if you found those, you were doing something.
You didn't have those at all. And the feed store would have Rhode Island Reds.
Yep.
They would have Leghorns and Barred Rocks, and that's it.
Yeah.
And most of them are Rhode Island Reds.
Gosh, y'all, when we used to be in the chicken business, so to speak, and I would go to the post office and pick them up, we would order 100 at a time.
Yeah.
So to not have one that didn't make it was a rarity. But that was a job for me because Mary Carl was in school. As much as she would have loved to have helped me, Jason was at work. And so I would, get the brooder set up and everything and dip 100 of those chicks' beaks.
That was crazy.
And then there would be times that something would have changed between the last batch and those chicks would find a crack. And here I would be chasing chicks all over the yard. You got 100 of them and 80 of them are loose. That's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
And I'd be home by myself. Oh my gracious.
That was a big deal.
Those days are long gone.
Thank
but
goodness.
I still think back on it and I get a good chuckle out of it. At how hot and how hard and how time consuming it was to take care of those chicks. Because we would do it every 3 or 4 weeks. We'd have another 100 coming in.
I saw somebody ask, do the colored eggs taste different? No.
Nope.
It's just a novelty thing, honestly.
It's just a shell, and you don't eat the shell, so there's no difference in what's the interior contents.
Yep. They're all the.
Now, there are people that say, that brown eggs make a better cake.
I don't know.
They say that they're richer.
Maybe. I don't know.
If you want to make me a cake and me tell you that egg is better, I'll eat it.
Let's see. This is a challenge for Zoe because I know she's on here. You need to make us...
Jason, I'm trying to watch what I eat. Don't tell her that.
You need to make us some whoopie pies with brown eggs and some whoopie pies
with green eggs.
With white eggs.
See if we can tell the difference.
See if we can tell the difference. Duck eggs is the ones that the chefs and the bakers love.
And Zoe has duck eggs. So, yeah.
I'm just saying, Zoe.
Back when we knew where our ducks laid... we would have a certain, group of people that purchased duck eggs from us. And one of them was our friends that lived down the street from us. they always wanted duck eggs.
Always wanted duck eggs.
And it is a different taste.
Yeah.
And some people that are allergic to chicken eggs can actually eat a duck egg.
Yeah, that's
with
crazy.
No problem.
Ain't that crazy?
It's a different makeup of proteins and whatnot.
Me and Mary Carl did a video of tasting. We did chicken, turkey, duck, and goose.
Mm-hmm.
And blind. We did it blind. And we didn't know which one was which. And both of us, the chicken egg came out on top. The duck egg was last.
Yeah, but she went through a time where her favorite egg was quail eggs.
Yeah.
We had a lot of quail, so that wasn't a problem. But I mean, even as little as she was, I'd have to cook her 2 dozen eggs, 2 dozen quail eggs.
To make one egg.
To make one egg.
Yeah.
But yeah, she loved quail eggs.
Y'all, I tell you, one of the craziest things I ever did is I wanted to do, and this is, what was I thinking? I made deviled quail eggs. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do. Because they look like little Humpty Dumptys.
I mean, in theory, it sounded great. You know, oh, this is cool. Deviled quail eggs. This is going to be awesome. They're how little they are.
Yeah.
They were good, but it was not worth the trouble at all.
No, they're so tiny.
Oh, my gracious.
And once they're boiled, their yolk amounts to literally nothing.
Oh, it was a lot of work. A lot of work. For a little bitty. I mean, it was just a little bitty bite size.
And then I remember after that, somebody sent us some quail egg scissors. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That you could cut them in half with and peel them easily.
Yep.
So that was a little late, but
I mean, that would have helped some, but that was just way too much work for a little bite thing.
And now we have some Bob White quail that are on our property are native here.
They're just wild ones that just
are here, and we always love when we're driving across the property and we see one that flies.
We can hear them.
Yeah,
we can hear them.
Well,
or you can hear the Bob White. You know.
Dede says she doesn't know about that.
Yeah, their call's cool.
It is, and to know that we have them here, I want to keep them around.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely.
So the other video was about putting in those last few T-posts, and we didn't video taking the post driver back. I don't know. I talked about that Saturday.
We did talk about
Saturday.
Yep.
But y'all, those T-posts, I was glad to see when that came to an end.
Yes.
I was glad to see when that came to an end. And I think we have some friends down the road that may be fixing to start that project themselves.
What they should have done was they should have timed their project with ours, and they could have borrowed the T-post driver. Yeah,
because there was a few days there that we were done with the driver.
Yep.
And I just wasn't going to take it back till I got my money's worth out of it. And no, I didn't see the guy. I did not see the guy, and I didn't wait till 5 o'clock. So
maybe he had a day off.
Maybe he needed it.
Who knows?
He needed a month off.
Yep. He did need a month off.
And then I talked about the cats earlier. We moved the kittens to the barn.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell y'all, I didn't mention this in the video, but while they were tearing up my bathroom and they needed to go, I started thinking that may have been part of Jason's allergies. And it wasn't.
It wasn't. It's still there.
Cleaned that bathroom top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You can develop an allergy at any time, as you guys know. And I just had in my mind that maybe he had developed a cat allergy.
Yep.
And lo and behold, he still got the allergies.
Yeah.
And the cats are still doing well.
They're doing well. They're doing great.
Mary Carl and I were going to let them out inside the barn a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
We had the doors shut and we were just going to, let them run loose in there. And I looked at my watch and I said, we better not, because I got to do that live at 4.
Yep.
And I didn't want to have to leave them in there and not catch them before I came back.
Yeah.
I'm just scared something might happen. I don't think they'd go anywhere, but
yeah,
I don't want to take any chances.
Don't want to take any chances.
I want to be there with them when they're out.
Right. My biggest concern is either another male or female cat coming over.
That's right. And start
really a male cat.
Wanting to start some stuff.
Yeah, wanting to fight with our boys or...
Well, Sylvester's already neutered.
Yep.
But it would be Bramble.
It would be Bramble, and then it would be,
And we've never
biscuit.
seen any cats around.
That don't
anywhere.
mean anything though, man. You know how cats are.
Oh yeah, they come out of the woodwork.
I mean, come out of the woodworks.
I see them all the time on the way to town,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're around. They're just
around.
not right here
That's
that
right.
we know of. So the cats are doing good.
They're doing great.
I did want to say something that hurt my feelings, and it was about the. I'm not crying. I'm clearing my throat.
Had me worried for a minute there.
No, it was a long-time follower that commented on the video where I discussed the milking room and saying that I was not going to be able to milk this season.
Right.
And that person said that they had watched our channel for a long time and that they were disappointed because they couldn't believe that with everything going on in the world that I was throwing a pity party about not being able to milk my goats. And I didn't see it as that. And so, first of all, I want to apologize again because I didn't want it to come off as pity party for me because I can't milk my goats. That's not what its intentions were at all. If I did not make that video and say, I think I'm going to miss this milking season, then all of y'all that have watched us build this milking room will be like, why aren't you milking your goats?
Yeah.
Why aren't you milking your goats? So I felt that it was in my best interest to share with you guys that I was probably going to miss this milking season. And they just said that maybe the YouTube has gone to my head. Some people don't have their health.
Oh, man.
And I know that, y'all. And I am in no way being selfish by saying I can't milk my goats. And my YouTube has not gone to my head.
Well, it's when we're public like we are and we put everything out there,
you're gonna have those that are not happy. I know that, Jason, but this is a long-time follower.
Well, we still get it. It doesn't matter what we do. This is a typical day. Every time we post a video is, Jason, you don't show Moody enough. 10 minutes later is, Jason, all you do is show Moody. 10 minutes later is where's Nugget? 10 minutes later is you don't show Nugget enough. We even had somebody tell me that they didn't understand why I even like Holly so much, that they couldn't stand Holly. And then,
I get those. People because they may not have watched one video in the past. Okay. So, but I don't understand why somebody that's a longtime follower would think YouTube had gone to my head and that I was having a pity party.
I don't know. Maybe they had a bad day that day or something. I don't know.
Well, I typed back to them and I said, I am so sorry that it came off this way. And of course, you never get a reply.
You never go.
You never. And I've checked it 10 times since then because I feel like I need to know what they were thinking.
Yep.
I need to know why you thought I was having a pity party.
Who knows?
If I have a pity party, you gonna know about it, okay?
Well, I can tell you anytime that we say anything about something happening like that, or I remember the time I drilled a hole through our doors and I had a lot of people jump on me saying the same thing. So, I mean, it doesn't matter.
I know. That's just something that's been on my mind. And
well, I always say this though.
If 90% of people out there were saying that I had a pity party, then I need to make a change. And that's why I'm putting it out there.
Oh, you had to make a change.
I need to make a change. If y'all all think that I had a pity party and that YouTube's gone to my head, it's time to make some changes.
That's right. Plus, the way I always think about it is, and that is this, whatever, because everybody's different. Everybody's life's different. Whatever's happened in their life's different. So for that person, and I'm not talking about this, but whatever's the worst thing that's ever happened to them is the worst thing that's ever happened to them. And that's all they know. I always say you can always go down a long road. Somebody will say, well, you're having a pity party, so-and-so maybe this. And then another person can say, well, that's not bad. So-and-so we had this happen. And that person say, well, that's not bad. So, It just goes on and on and on.
It hurt me because I'm the kind of person that would give the shirt off my back to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just that kind of person.
Yep.
And for them to think that I wasn't appreciative of my health, of my family, of my what I do have, and that I was having a pity party really just got off with me.
Especially when you made a video that you're not going to be able to milk your goats this year.
And that they thought I was having a pity party.
Oh, no.
I was disappointed, yes, but I wasn't. I don't think I was having a pity party.
You know who's having a pity party? Shorthorn Chester is having a pity party.
He sure is. But I'm going to say this. Before you talk about that brilliant man.
You know what? You know what he left out?
That his wife is the brains behind the operation?
He sent me a text where he shows in his live stream where he talks about how you said that he's so brilliant, but he didn't say about how you said that Jamie is the brains behind everything. He left that part out, didn't he?
That's right. Well, I'll do better this time because he can say that Lester's brilliant, but Jamie's the brains behind the operation.
That's
and
right.
Therefore they make the perfect team.
Hey, and my main man Ryan the roaster said Jamie's cooler than Lester.
Jamie's cooler than Lester. They're equally cool in my eyes.
Oh me. Yeah, they are.
We sent Lester a little bit more of his coffee because he was running out, and they had a little fun with that.
And honestly, y'all, this is, and he said this before, and he's right. There's a creator for everybody, and in each creator, when I mean the creator, I mean people that make these videos. You know, Lester's probably got a gazillion fans that don't watch us because we don't click, and then we got
because Brooke
fans.
Has pity parties.
We have fans that don't care for Lester, so I get that.
Oh yeah, I mean, to each its own.
Each of its own, but Lester has the biggest heart. He really does, and y'all, I sent him the coffee because he's my friend, and that's what I did. I didn't ask him to make any. I haven't asked him to do any of that kind of stuff, you know, saying he likes the coffee and all that. He did all that on his own. And so, you know, I was like, this is my buddy. He's doing all this for us. And so I told Ryan, I said, Ryan, you know, I want to take care of Lester. Let's send him some coffee. And y'all, Ryan the roaster is the biggest, I want to say clown, but I think people may get the word clown wrong. But he's got a big sense of humor, just like me and Lester do. And he said, do you think Lester would be okay if I play a little joke on him? And I said, 100% he'll be
That's
okay.
right.
Did he? This is no lie. Ryan sent me a message and he said, okay, I got the letter written. He said, do you think Lester will be offended? And I said, you can't offend Lester. It's impossible.
No, y'all, I feel like most people know a good person when they hear them, or when you feel like you know somebody, you know if they're a good person or not.
Yep.
And they are genuine good people.
Yep.
And I know it. And so therefore they're our friends. We really do get along with them well. And you know, it's just, it's not like that with everybody.
Yeah.
It's not like you just click and you feel like you're friends with somebody and you know they're a good person, but they are.
Yeah, Lester's got the heart the size of Texas. That is the truth.
I think Texas would be a little small. I think we need to go, you know, with the whole United States. But the both of them do.
That's right.
Both of them do.
You're right.
Because if they didn't, they wouldn't take care of the animals the way they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that there's right there.
That's
is the gist of it. How people treat their animals is.
Speaking of coffee, I just finished I think I'm getting pretty good with the iced coffee.
And I think it was $3.59 when you got yours finished, and I said, I'm just gonna have water.
That's right. That's right. So I told you I can make you one, and I should just gave you mine, but you don't like mine. Really.
Well, I have been outside.
Mm-hmm.
I had been outside, and I mean, not that I don't want iced coffee, but I needed to cool down.
Yeah.
I needed water. I needed to replenish my fluids.
Yeah. You have
So
to
I got a big
outside.
video coming out Thursday. I just finished it right before this live, but y'all got to stay tuned because it's something you're not expecting. And it's not a Victorian crown pigeon egg. Just put that out
Unfortunately.
there. No.
Unfortunately. I want to answer a question that popped up because, I like gardening. And it was a gardening question. And they said, what would be a great fall cover crop to plant?
Mm-hmm.
Crimson clover is, one. Of course, ryegrass. The only thing about ryegrass is that it can get real thick. And not that I don't like it, but you can plant winter ryegrass for a cover crop. I tell you, if you got compacted soil, or if you don't have compacted soil.
I know the answer to this.
What is it?
Tillage radishes.
Radishes. If you don't, radishes are great. You can buy radishes out there. There's some on Hoss Tools website that are ready in 20 days. 20 days.
So and even if you don't have compacted soil, you can still plant them.
That's what I'm talking about. That's just your regular radishes. Now, the tillage radishes are like daikons, and they'll get huge. And they're going to go down there and bust your soil up. They're really, really great, and you can eat them. They're so good. They're really the tillage radish is really light in flavors. It's not super hot like you tend to be with your regular radishes.
And Moody loves them too.
Yeah, they do. The animals love the radishes. So radishes is another one, and then it's hairy vetch is a really good one as well. And I just thought of one. My mind went blank. Dadgummit.
That green
Clover,
stuff that gets really thick.
Clover. Mustards. Just a regular cheap broadleaf mustard is really, 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 really good.
Buckwheat.
Buckwheat's the summer one I saw. They said they're growing buckwheat. Buckwheat's the summer one. It's super fast.
Sunflowers are good for the summer.
Yeah, but they're not fast as buckwheat. Buckwheat's really, really fast. So that would be a summer cover crop. The only thing about buckwheat is you have to watch it, because if it goes to seed and drops down, then it's gonna may become a nuisance for you. So, but if it was me and I just had to pick one, clover is probably the most common one, and it would attract bees. So I would pick clover. But if you can mix some, I would mix clover, vetch, and radishes. Yep. So there you go.
I'll do the tilling for you.
Oh, me. All right.
So, I guess that concludes this live. We'll be back at it Saturday morning. Don't know what time, but it'll be early. If y'all don't have your coffee, go check out www.cogkillfarm.com. It's the first thing that pops up. Available ground or whole bean, decaf or regular.
That's right.
And this is important. Listen, okay? I have seen emails and messages from so many people that say, I would love to buy your coffee, but I don't use PayPal.
Just hit the checkout button.
Tell them.
Yep. The way it comes up, it says checkout, PayPal, or Apple Pay. Just click the checkout, and it'll get past the PayPal and Apple Pay.
Yeah, because we realize everybody doesn't use that. But
that's right.
I didn't know how to tell people how to check out, but just hit the checkout button.
Yep. And remember that if you're a repeat buyer and you like the coffee, you can order up to 4 bags, and the shipping is the shipping is the same price for 1 bag as it is 4, and we have no control over the shipping prices.
And the coffee is sealed, so it's gonna if you keep it in a cool, dry place, it's gonna be fine until you use all 4 bags.
Yep. So the shipping comes straight off the post office, and that's the cheapest shipping that we can use, and it comes straight from them, and we have no control over shipping. So each person's different depending on where they live. It's all calculated automatically through the post office system, and it's tied to our website. So, but
the box size can hold 4 bags.
Correct.
No addition.
So I mean, if you think about it, so shipping usually around $6. So you're really getting like 2 bags for free.
Yeah, like $1.50 a bag shipping instead of.
That's right.
Gotcha.
So, anyways, guys, we hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day.
That's right. And don't join my pity party.
Y'all be
Don't
good.
You do it.
Y'all be good.